I met this guy in his late 40s, and he was trying to tell me that it's okay for him to date a woman in her early 20s. And I said, I don't think that's correct. And he said, no, it actually is correct. And in fact, it's better because women in their early 20s have a lot of hope. And women in their late 30s, mid 40s, his age, he said they get very cynical, and they're, more realistic. And I said, I think there's a word for that. And he said, what is it? And I said, maturity. I don't think he's going to want to hang out with me again.
What that guy really meant to say is women of that age tend to be really miserable because they now realize that there's no magical Chad coming for them. They aren't going to be some boss CEOs making $1 million a year. They aren't taking daily trips around the world. They don't have clothes or luxury items that have the same price as a Bugatti. And they're just now realizing that the dream that feminism sold them on was nothing more than that, just a dream. And now they're stuck dating guys who maybe 10 years ago they would have considered lucky enough to buy them a drink. And now they're in that position they fought so hard not to be in, with guys who they think they are better than. That's why guys prefer to date younger women compared to older ones. Because on top of being just so substantially more physically attractive, we don't have to be subjugated to your loser mentality because what you thought you deserved you didn't get. Maturity is just your cope word for being left behind from your poor decisions, because the only maturity men are looking for is in your reproductive cycle. Now the reason that these type of women think that these kind of relationships are inappropriate isn't due to any morality that the shaming would lead you to believe. It's because they need someone to take care of them now. And since young guys don't have the money, you're up. Even though she's been ignoring you guys and for the past 10 plus years had no problem getting railed out by the 40-year-olds of then, but now expects you to get cucked for the second time. If you really were about what you're saying, then you would have the same shame if genders were reversed, but typically we never see that. And that's because you really don't care. You just know you can't compete with the younger women, so you get on your moral high horse and try to relate it to the P word in a desperate hope for these older guys to pick you. Lucky for us, a lot of you tell us your dating history proudly, so obviously a lot of you really aren't that bent into shape about it, further proving that it's not really about what's morally right here. That's just your delivery method of making it palatable, because when it's reversed, you have no problem with it, and in fact try to shame anyone pointing it out. So if you really want guys to take you more seriously on this, then maybe you should try dating guys more around your age and not when you're over 30.